Hi clase, hope you can see me. Okay, today we're going to be talking a little bit more about the verb ser. We just saw a PowerPoint on the verb ser and its uses, so I thought using the whiteboard I would go over some of those uses and give some examples, so it's helpful to have examples. The book talks about the various uses of ser that we talked about in the PowerPoint, and one of those uses is to introduce ourselves, to tell what we are, right? Regarding profession or who we are, right? So the first one I have here is soy Megan, right? To introduce ourselves, we learned in previous PowerPoints we can use the verb soy, which means I am, to introduce ourselves. Soy Megan, right? If we want to use one of these on the list to present someone else, we would say este es, if it's a boy, right? This guy is, right? And the name of the boy. Or esta es, this girl is, right? This chick right here that I have right here is, right? Este es Rick. Esta es Maria, right? Este es Rick, right? And you're presenting your friend to another friend, so they meet each other. Say, este es Rick, esta es Maria. If we're presenting more than one person, we would say, estos son, and then we give the names, right? These people are Rick y Maria. Right? Estos son Rick y Maria. So when we're presenting someone, we're telling who they are, using their name, using ser. We can say who we are, who a boy is, right? Using es, because es is used for singular for él and ella. Here we're dealing with él, a boy. Here we're dealing with ella, a girl. Este es Rick. Este es Maria. We're dealing with two, masculine and feminine, right? Boy and girl here. We use son. Son goes for ellos and ellas, right? So when we're talking about who someone is, we can use the verb ser. When we talk about people's professions, what they do for a living, we also use the verb ser. For example, sois estudiantes. Sois estudiantes. Sois means you all are. And it's the familiar term we use in Spain. You all are, y'all are students, right? It's kind of that Texan familiar type thing. Sois estudiantes. You all are students. Soy profesora. I am a teacher, right? Soy profesora. Okay? We're talking about professions. Mrs. Didion es profesora. Okay? I want to talk about my father, right, and his profession. Mi padre, my father, es contable. My father is an accountant, right? Mi padre es contable. If you all are talking to each other, and you're studying in class, and somebody asks, what do you guys do, right? Maybe you're 21, you're going to school, but people don't know if you have a job or if you're going to school, you would say, somos, we are, estudiantes. Somos estudiantes. Somos amigos. We all are friends, right? We all are friends. That's something that defines you, right? Somos primos. We are cousins, right? So when we're dealing with somebody's profession or something that defines them, we're friends, we're cousins, we're students, we use the verb ser, right? We also use the verb ser to talk about where we're from. We talked about this a little bit earlier. ¿De dónde eres? It says, of where are you? Where are you from, literally? Of where are you? Where are you from? And we answer, soy de, and the place you're from, right? If we want to tell where somebody else is from, we would say, es de, right? So, María es de California. Robert es de Michigan. Michelle es de Florida, right? We put the name, es de. De literally means of. Of, is of that place, right? Is from or is of, right? Soy de Indiana. I am from Indiana or I am of Indiana, right? It implies a little bit of possession, right? So for example, somebody could ask you, instead of de dónde eres, ¿de dónde sois? ¿De dónde sois? And sois means you all. You all. Where are you all from? Okay, so they're talking to you in a group. ¿De dónde sois? We would answer, somos de, and where we're from. We all are from Indiana. ¿De dónde sois? Where are you all from? Somos de Indiana. We're from Indiana, right? Somebody might ask you, ¿de dónde es Rick? And you would respond for Rick. So where's Rick from? Rick es de Ohio. Right? ¿De dónde es Rick? Rick es de Ohio. Okay? Somebody might ask, ¿de dónde son tus amigos? Of where are your friends? Where are your friends from? Son de California. Okay? Whenever we're answering where someone's from, we put the verb, depending on which one it is. Soy is I am. Eres is you are, right? Es is he, she, or it is. Somos is we are. Sois is you all are. And son is ustedes son, which is that formal we talked about a little bit. Ellos son, they are, right? Or ellas son, they are from. Okay? Son de California. They are from California. Where are your friends from? They're from California. Okay? We can also use ser to indicate possession. And this kind of goes along with the idea of where we're from, right? Somebody might ask the question, got a book in my hand, el libro, ¿no? ¿De quién es el libro? ¿De quién es el libro? Whose book is this? Of whom is this book? Of whom is this book? And I would say, es de, and the name of the person. It is of, remember that of coming back when we're talking about they? It is of and the person, right? So, es de Megan, for example. It's my book, right? Es de Megan, okay? So let's look at some examples of that. Okay. It's Megan's book. Okay? El libro es de Megan. Okay? In English, we have something called possessive, right? Megan's book. In Spanish, we don't. The possession lies in the word de. So we put the name after de. El libro, we use the verb ser here. conjugated depending on what it is. In this case, it's a book, so it's el libro es, right? And that shows possession. La foto es de Sonia. Okay? El café es de Michael. El coche es de Eugenia. Right? La foto, the photo is of Sonia. The coffee is of Michael. The car is of Eugenia, right? We can't say it's Sophie's photo, right? We can't say it's Michael's coffee. We can't say it's Eugenia's car. We have to say the thing it is, la foto, el café, el coche, the verb, ser in this case, because they're all singular. We're using es, it's third person, right? So it's going to be in this category. El o ella. La foto is ella, right? Because it's feminine. El café is el, because it's masculine. El coche is el, because it's masculine, but regardless, it's es, because it's singular, right? La foto es de Sonia. El café es de Michael. El coche es de Eugenia, right? The photo is of Sonia. The coffee is of Michael. The car is of Eugenia. We can't say it's Eugenia's car. We have no way of using that in Spanish. So we have to keep in mind this de indicates possession when we use it with ser. Okay? And we have one more use of ser that we're going to talk about today, and that's when we want to describe somebody's quality, right? We like telling people that they're nice, that they're attractive, that they're intelligent, right? And that's all used with the verb ser, right? Mrs. Didion es inteligente. Mrs. Didion is intelligent. Why is she intelligent? Because she's having you guys take Spanish before you need to, right? Mrs. Didion es inteligente. Intelligent is a quality that describes Mrs. Didion, right? Is intelligent. Mrs. Didion es alta. I don't know if this is really true, but we're going to say it's true. Mrs. Didion es alta. Mrs. Didion is tall, right? Describing her physical characteristic. Mrs. Didion es simpática. Mrs. Didion es simpática. Mrs. Didion is pleasant, is nice, right? So anytime we're talking about somebody's characteristic, something that describes them, we use the verb ser.